My name is Larry King, and the purpose of this video is Prairie Dog Stew, where I come up with the ingredients for the stew, the sauteed onions, garlic, chop the vegetables, but my two little dogs, I'm going to try to train them as best I can to bring home the meat, those tender little chunks of prairie dog that need to go into the stew. Okay, so before we get into the training, I really want to look at the challenges of dealing with these dogs. First of all, both of them, of course, evolved from the gray wolf, where humans, we used to hunt with them, and they hunted in packs, and they would bring home the deer, the buffalo, the rabbits, the squirrels, or whatever it is. We would cook it up, and it was a great combination. But their instincts have gotten dull, so I have a way of trying to associate hunger with the prairie dogs, and we'll see if that works. Okay, that's by using videos. All right. Now another one is the breeds. Bonita, she's bred for hunting badgers, which are in holes, so I'm hoping that will transfer over, and I think that it certainly could or should, you know. Pooh Bear, it's a little more difficult because they're a sheep herding dog or animal herding dog, and so we've got to transition her from herding to eating, which is you know, quite a transition, to be honest with you. So we'll see if we can associate the prairie dogs with food and kick in that basic instinct from long ago. Okay, so let's start with a couple other challenges. Now, it's Pooh Bear is the one that's got to jump out of the car and get those prairie dogs as quick as we can. Okay, so speed is important, but there's a barbed wire fence right there, so she's got to be trained with agility and focus to go under that wire, and so that's really a life or death kind of situation. Okay, so we're going to do agility training with her, and also jumping in terms of getting off the block, getting out of the car quickly. So you're going to see the training methods for all of those. Okay, let's start with the conditioning of trying to bring out their instincts. So this is what I call classical conditioning, Pavlov, if you will, where right before mealtime, every day, especially dinner time, when they're really hungry, we set them on the massage table in front of the big table, and we have them watch the prairie dogs, and they do begin to salivate, I think, a little bit. I thought I saw a couple of drops there. And so that's the connection that we're using. We're conditioning basically being hungry with those prairie dogs. So we'll see if that will work. Bonita's instinct, we have her watch these paradoxons going after a badger. And there's this, I tell her it's like Muhammad Ali, where it used to be float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, because if you watch that little tan one, he goes around there and boy, he gets that badger by the cheek, but then the badger comes right back and bites him. It's something that Bonita really has to be careful for. Here's one of the challenges for Pooh Bear. As she goes after the prairie dogs in that field, she's got to go under that bottom wire. So next we're going to look at agility training and focusing. Okay, this is the agility training, and watch this. Oh, look at the focus there. We got to look at this in slow motion, okay? Oh my God, look at the way they place the feet. All right, Pooh Bear goes through this like 2 or 3 times a day. The last thing I want to focus on with Pooh Bear is jumping off the block like swimmers do, okay, where to get that speed as she heads down the hill for those prairie dogs, okay. So we use these swimmers as kind of role models here. Beautiful. Now we're going to do that in slow-mo, but look at swimmer number 5. You see he's kind of doing things differently. You see his right leg. You watch that right leg. I call it the grasshopper leg. He's ready to bolt, and watch it. He's ahead of the others, even though he's not cheating, but he's definitely ahead of the others off the block. You watch this. Oh my God. Oh wow. Oh my God. Look at that guy go. All right. I don't know if he won or not, but he definitely won getting off the block. Okay, so it's finally game day. We got Pooh Bear in the car. She's all ready to roll. We haven't practiced for a couple of days, so she's good and hungry for it. And when I open this door, we get to see, you know, does she jump off the block? Or how does she do with that barbed wire? So let's take a look at it. Oh my God, look at that. All right, but I want to look at that in slow-mo. I am so proud of this. Look at that off the block. Oh my God. Now watch her dig in. Look at her eyes. Look at that focus on that wire. Now watch her. Now she ducks down. Oh man, look at that. Okay, and she misses the tripod where the camera's sitting. Okay, all right. So that part was great. The next part where she's going after the prairie dogs, I won't say it's disappointing, but I'll say that basically she ended up trying to herd them rather than eat them. Okay, so she spent a lot of time out there, but she was just trying to circle them all together, and so we moved to the final phase, and that was bringing Bonita in to a hole where we knew they were, and see if she could go in for the kill. All right, here she goes. Now her instincts have definitely kicked in. You see her front feet are kind of starting to dig, not quite, but she's definitely kicking in, although she seems a little confused. I would say she's got like half of it down. She knows what she wants, but she's just not quite there yet. We always do a post-game review, and once again, I'm so proud of Pooh Bear, man, the way she came out off the block and under that barbed wire and just really got out there. She was, they were running for the holes, and they thought they were done for, you know. But then, of course, she got into the herding instinct, and I'm not sure I want to try to, you know, it's going to be pretty hard to change that. So that's, but we learned that, okay. Bonita, her instincts were kicking in. I think it was the age factor, it was part of it. So, I mean, I could give her more training, but at 91, I'm not sure how much killer we're going to get out of Bonita, okay? So, at any rate, that's what we learned, okay? I think my next video is going to be teaching how to put a dog on the back of a motorcycle and drive across the country. So, stay tuned or subscribe.